just about 8 miles inland from the warm waters of the Atlantic. We are inside Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, excited for this one. Partner, what are we looking at here as this game gets rolling?
You know, I think this game is quite interesting in the fact, Mike, that I feel like before every week's matchup, we sit up here and we talk about quarterbacks and the passing game. And obviously, that is the direction the NFL has been headed for the last couple years. But in this matchup here today specifically, I think both these offenses want to flip that on its head. They want to control the clock, time management, ball control. Don't be afraid to punt the ball away and play defense. It's a little bit of an old school philosophy, but you have to do whatever it takes to win each matchup, and I think both of those formulas of these two teams are very similar.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Right to the air goes Daniels. He'll spot Higgins, who makes the grab. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Higgins sent in motion. On 3rd down, they'll throw with Daniels. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. So 4th down, and the Aussie, Torrey Taylor. This fielded inside the 35. And it's a very nice return. He has given the offense a short field. The Miami offense will make their way onto the field. And there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
Great field position as they take the field for their first possession of the game. And so far, really nice complementary football. Defense gets a stop, special teams gets the big return. Now it's up to the offense. Can they do their job and try to secure a touchdown here to take an early lead?
First and 10. On the handoff, it's Johnson. Finding room to the 20. And he won't quite make it to the pylon, but he's out of bounds right around the 1-yard line. A big-time play for the Dolphins. 32 yards.
I think this is something that we can expect to see here, especially early, Mike, as this team gets into a rhythm. They want to lean on this run game. They feel like they have a lot of advantages over this defense, and
that is caught. What a job to keep the play alive. Guard down. Touchdown, Miami. Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. They're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
And now they want to show they mean business here. Offense going to remain out there and try for two. Here's a first carry for their running back. And he will take it in and tack on the 2 points to make it 8-0. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken at the 5. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Eagles offense going to take over now for the second time. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's the rookie from UT. And his momentum completely stopped there. Picked up, thrown down for a loss.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
He just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. It's picked up by the Dolphins.
You have to appreciate the effort of the ball carrier. I mean, how many tackles did it seem like he broke on that run? But so often we see it, Mike, time and time again. The more these guys fight for extra yards, they're fighting and clawing for every inch. That ball just gets a little lower and a little looser. And the way these guys are taught now on defense, if you don't have great ball security, they are going to attack it. And in this case, they're able to pop it loose and come up with a big takeaway.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Mahomes from out of the pistol. He'll throw. He is in. Brandon Cooks. Touchdown, Dolphins.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Mahomes has his offense ready to try for 2 more. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. This is caught. He's got it. And they tack 2 more onto their lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The Eagles offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. First carry for Saquon Barkley. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. Operating from the gun, it's Daniel. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. To throw is Daniels. That's caught. Saquon Barkley. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down. So after 16-0 is our score. And we're back to South Florida after this. Here's Torrey Taylor now. He'll punt for the 2nd time, looking to hit another good one. This brought him out past the 20. And some good running on that return as he takes it up close to midfield. The Dolphins offense and veteran Brandon Cooks getting set for this next possession. Going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drop. 1st and 10. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. A first down throw for Mahomes. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. That is hauled in at the 5. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
Another one from the 5, 2nd down and goal. Mahomes now to throw again. Good blocking, and he's in. Patrick Mahomes. Touchdown, Miami. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
That's going to be caught. So add a couple more points, and they add to their lead.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. And they'll get this up past the 20. And that's where they'll set up shop. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. A throw on the move is caught. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down. Working out of the gun, that's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Taylor Rapp.
Intercepted. The Dolphins take over first and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Set to go now on first and 10. Here's Mahomes. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. So a big one there to start the drive. 37 yards.
That's not the type of play that's going to end up on a lot of end-of-the-season highlight reels, Mike, but listen, sometimes those little check-down crossers produce some positive plays, stay ahead of the chains.
They can still get a first down at the 1. First and 10, they go from the 11. That is caught back corner of the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown, Dolphins. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
Mahomes has his offense ready to try for 2 more.
The Dolphins are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
Back to throw. This is caught. He's got it. And they tack 2 more onto their lead.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 3. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with first and 10. Here's Daniels. Finds Nakua on the slant. And he's got it to the 35-yard line. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. It was Jalen Watson who got the arm in there to break that one up. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now Daniels. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level.
That one intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Watson.
Daniels pass. Intercepted. The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. To throw is Mahomes. That's caught downfield. It's Kelsey. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line. They'll have a 1st down. It's a gain of 28. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts. And it'll come with 15 seconds to play in this 1st half. On 1st down, it's Mahomes. And he'll take it on in. Travis Kelsey. Touchdown, Miami.
You hear coaches, you hear commentators, everybody talks about that middle 4, Mike, the final 2 minutes of the 2nd quarter and the first 2 minutes of the 3rd quarter. Here they are now. They go down and they steal a late touchdown to end the half. Remember, they're going to get the ball first coming out of the break.
Mahomes has his offense ready to try for 2 more.
The Dolphins are lining up for a...
They'll throw out of the gun. And he'll get into the end zone. Doing it on his own. Successful 2-point conversion. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the 1st half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Now return coming from the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll move this forward out to the 29-yard line. Aiden Hutchinson, the former 1st rounder, in on the tackle. So we hit halftime here in South Florida, and the Dolphins are in the lead. As we send you up to Orlando for a check-in with Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, it's all yours.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment. But for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports halftime report.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the 2nd half. Very one-sided 1st half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The 3rd quarter is underway. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Dolphins offense and Patrick Mahomes coming out for their next drive. And he's been as good as advertised. Take you through some of the highlights. 4 touchdown passes on point with his receivers right throughout and continuing to master running and executing this offense. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. So the drive begins with a give to Johnson. And he'll be brought down, but what a run. Down to the 40.
You know, Mike, this is why they teach these guys to never give up on a run. There was multiple times there where he could have taken what he got, go down with the tackle, and live to play another day. But he kept fighting, broke free, and then look at the play that resulted. Huge game.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now a toss left side for Johnson. He's got space inside the 25. And he's going to take this all the way home. Touchdown, Dolphins. Big play out of the running game as the back accelerates all the way to the house for the rushing touchdown.
And Mike, when we talk about burst, that's what we're talking about. And they told us all week, be ready for this guy. He's got something special to him. And that long touchdown there is exactly what they're talking about.
Mahomes has his offense ready to try for 2 more. He'll drop to throw. He'll swing that out wide. And he is not going to get in. Stop on the try for 2. The lead remains right where it is. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The Eagles offense headed back to take over once more. Let's go back and scroll through some of their drives. One theme, Greg, going to keep emerging throughout. Too many turnovers.
Yeah, I think it's been a combination of just carelessness, right? Some sloppy play offensively that has caused some of them. But also, let's give some credit to the defense. I think in a lot of the cases, they're also forcing these takeaways, punching the ball out, going up for interceptions. They've been in the right place at the right time. So, combination of really good defense at times, and at times, really bad offense.
And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
They run out of the gun with Barkley. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. They'll let the fullback try to push the pile. And he's going to have an Eagles 1st down. They are able to move the sticks. It's a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches.
You know, Mike, in some ways, I liken fullbacks to kind of the modern-day tight end. They're the ones that are willing to do a little of the dirty work on most plays. So every once in a while, it is so good to see them rewarded and have a chance to be the guy who delivers and converts on 3rd down. You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
The throw on the run is complete.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, It makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
His second grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a first down. Keep it in the air. Here's Daniels. Off-balance throw. It's complete.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. This is Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Daniels gonna throw again. And for a third time today, he's intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is, how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again?
Here comes a toss, right. Here comes Johnson. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
On 1st and 10, it's Mahomes. And he's in. Travis Kelce. Touchdown, Miami. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. They continue to add points, Greg. Very interesting here. They are just rolling up the score even though we're in the 4th.
No doubt, Mike. I mean, this offensive play caller has no let-up. I mean, he's going to see how many points can I put on this scoreboard before that clock runs out.
Mahomes has his offense ready to try for 2 more. Now they'll set up to throw. And he'll get into the end zone, doing it on his own. Successful 2-point conversion. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This is going to be taken in at the 3. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The visitors' offense ready for this next possession. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Daniels now going to look to throw. A pass caught by Saquon.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
On 2nd down, it's Daniels. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. 15 yards through the air. First down, Philadelphia. Throwing again, Daniels. That'll be taken in by Barkley. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback. Get into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. To the air again is Daniels. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment.
He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. It's picked up by the Dolphins.
Yeah, it's going to be unfortunate for this guy, Mike. I mean, that was incredible effort to continue to fight and break all those tackles, but it doesn't matter if you don't protect the ball. Sometimes it's just easier to say, hey, great effort, go down, live to play another snap. In this case, he just kept the play alive a little too long. The defense kept pursuing him, and next thing you know, they pop it out, and it goes the other way.
Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point. Now they'll try to finish up strong. On play action, it's Mahomes. This one downfield, complete to Cooks. Inside the 10. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. So add another touchdown and touchdown pass for that matter. He has thrown 6 already in this one. Amazing stuff. Mahomes has his offense ready to try for 2 more. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. And he'll get into the end zone. Doing it on his own. Successful 2-point conversion. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. So, fins up. It's a win for the Dolphins. And this was as good as it gets, all three phases of the game in perfect harmony as they post the lopsided shutout victory. That'll do it for us. For my partner, Greg Olson, our entire team, Mike Tirico, this has been a presentation of Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. For more, check us out on X at EA Sports_Money. The Dolphins, home winners here as we say farewell from South Florida.